Your Honor, she can barely pay rent. My father dragged me to court over our family's $31 million empire. The judge smirked. And she expects to control an estate? People laughed. Then I stood up and said, The judge's smile vanished. My father hadn't spoken to me in 4 years. Didn't stop him from filing a petition to strip me of everything my grandfather left behind. My grandfather built Whitmore Holdings from one textile warehouse in 1971, ran it until he was 79. Never flew first class. Drove a pickup with a cracked dashboard until the year he died. The men on the production floor called him by his first name and he knew all of theirs. My father is not that kind of man. Dad always believed the company was owed to him. Oldest son, decades in management, the one who wore the right suits to the right dinners. So when my grandfather started pulling me aside, teaching me the books, walking me through the legal structures, explaining what the trust documents actually said, my father never noticed. He was too busy performing. I was 24 the first time my grandfather showed me the succession clause. We were in his office after everyone had gone home, 2 cups of bad coffee between us. He slid a folder across the desk and said, "This activates if someone tries to take what isn't theirs." I didn't fully understand it then. I do now. He died 3 years later, left my father operational control of the company, left me something quieter, something Dad didn't know about. And for 11 years, I didn't touch it. I just watched. My father is good at 2 things: looking important and spending money that isn't his. Within 5 years of my grandfather's death, he'd leveraged company assets into 3 speculative real estate deals in Florida. None of them performed. He hid the losses in subsidiary filings, restructured the debt under holding names that didn't appear in the main disclosures. I'm a paralegal. 48K a year. I drive a car with 190,000 miles on it and shop at Aldi. My apartment is a studio above a dry cleaner. My father's lawyers later described it in court as a dwelling of limited structural integrity. The gallery laughed at that part. But every night after work, I was at my kitchen table with public financial records, cross-referencing subsidiary names against trust filings my grandfather had taught me to read. 4 years of notes in a binder, tabbed, dated, sourced. I wasn't building a case. I was just paying attention. There's a difference. Then 6 months ago, my father did something stupid. He filed a probate petition to consolidate full voting authority over Whitmore Holdings into his personal control. His attorney probably told him it was routine, a formality, just paperwork to clean up a complicated structure. What neither of them knew was that my grandfather had anticipated exactly this move. The succession clause wasn't just a document, it was a trap. It only sprung in one situation: if someone tried to seize consolidated control through a probate action. Dad filed on a Tuesday. By Thursday, I had submitted the activation evidence to the Federal Trust Oversight Office. The morning of the hearing, I put on the only blazer I own. Found parking 3 blocks away because I wasn't paying $22 for the garage. The courtroom was full. My father's side had 4 attorneys and a financial consultant. Dad was in a suit that probably cost more than my monthly rent. He didn't look at me when I walked in. That was intentional. His lead attorney went first, laid out the whole thing. My father was the experienced executive. I was the estranged daughter living paycheck to paycheck. At one point, the attorney gestured toward me and used the word instability 3 times in one sentence. The judge was nodding along. Then my father stood up. "Your Honor," he said, "my daughter can barely pay rent." The room laughed, not all at once. It rippled. A few sharp sounds, then more. Even the bailiff looked away. The judge leaned back and smiled. "And she expects to control a $31 million estate?" That one got a real laugh. I sat there with my hands folded and my face completely still. I'd spent 4 years getting ready for this moment. I could wait 30 more seconds. The judge looked at me. "Miss Holloway, do you have anything to say for yourself?" I reached into my bag and slid a document to the bailiff. "I'm the registered successor trustee. My grandfather filed the appointment with the Federal Escrow Office 11 years ago. It activated the moment my father filed this petition." The judge picked it up. "Read it." Set it down slowly. My father said, "That's impossible." His voice cracked on the last word. "Mr. Holloway." The judge didn't look up from the page. "This petition triggered the very clause it was designed to contest. Your authority over Whitmore Holdings is suspended, effective this morning." My father turned to his lead attorney. The attorney was already packing his briefcase.